You had a day and a half off, basically, or the kids had about a day and a half off to rest, sort of, collect themselves a little bit. How exactly was that decision-making process for the staff as to who plays, who redshirts, who's on scout team, and so on?
Well, I think we go through and, we decide ultimately who's going to help us on defense, and then we have to decide, are you going to get enough reps within the defensive scheme, and then it goes to special teams. If they're going to help us on 2, 3, 4 special teams and get a few reps on defense, it's a no-brainer. If they're going to get, a third of the reps on defense, it's a no-brainer. There's just a few guys out there yet that they're deciding the depth chart in special teams. And they're going to help us. They're going to help us a little bit on defense. So we're getting a couple guys ready like they're going to play, and if they can rise to the top on that special teams depth chart, they'll go.
What was the collective decision about Jimmie?
I think right now he's in that group. I think Coach Oz is trying to see, can he get to be a starter on some special teams. We think he'll help us a little bit on defense. So by the end of Monday or Tuesday, we'll know on him.
But you haven't made an exact decision as to whether he redshirts or whether he's scout team?
No, he's in that group that's get ready to go, and we'll decide as this week progresses.
What was that decision-making process like? How difficult is it for you as a staff to go through, linebackers, special teams, defense? What is that decision-making process like for you?
Well, I mean, for us, we kind of go through and list our depth chart on defense first, and then Coach Osborne says, hey, is this freshman going to play? Yeah, he's going to get a few snaps. Okay, well, let's see where we can get him on special teams. So he's kind of waiting on us. We're waiting on him. It's kind of a waiting game on both sides. Can they play on both sides of the ball? Are they going to be available? Are they not? And so now we've kind of got some guys that are ready to go guys that are no-brainers, and guys that are going to redshirt.
Mark was talking about this a couple days ago, that he expects these guys to really accept their position, accept their role on the team. Have you had a chance to tell these young guys exactly what they're going to be doing, and what has their reaction been, if you have?
Yeah, we kind of used our position meetings yesterday as a time to individually meet with all the guys and let them know exactly what's going to happen. It's disappointing to some of those guys that they're, with the look unit, the scout team, if you will. Some of the guys are real happy, but the most important guys in our team are the scout guys, to be honest with you, because if they don't practice hard, if they can't give us a good look, we're not going to be there on Saturday. The best team we ever had here, as I've been through the Oregon football, was the national championship team, and we had an unbelievable scout team that year. So the better those guys are, the better we are.
How much better would a guy like Jimmie make you if he were starting, or if he were in that part of the rotation that he sees the field a little bit more than others?
Well, he's going to give us some depth, and at that linebacker position, there's a lot of hits being taken. Some of those guys have had a past full of injuries, so he's going to be a guy that we can say, hey, come on, get a few reps early, and then if he continues to progress, he can be in the rotation. He might help us in some nickel situations because he can move pretty good, but you always like as much depth as you want.
How much do you profess, you talk about that 2010 team, guys that may be a little disappointed to redshirt, how much do you stress to them, look at this team, look at the past, you can make a big impact on the scout team?
Well, I think you have to meet with them individually and collectively and just let them know how important their role is. And also, Coach Helfrich made a great point today. He asked all the guys on our team to stand up if you've been through a redshirt year, and there's guys like Tony Washington, there's guys like Marcus Mariota, and so the guys are kind of looking at them like, oh man, Marcus Mariota redshirted? If he can do it, I can do it. Those guys, once they understand what's going on and the scout team makes them better, I mean, they help our team and they help ourselves. And the other thing is, the guys on the defensive scout team, they get in front of the head coach every day. So he's always telling us, man, this guy's really rolling on scout team. He's going to help you next year, and we're doing the same thing for them.
But you think, as far as the rotation goes, things are pretty up at the top. They're pretty set at this point?
I think the things at the top are pretty set, yeah.